I can't lie. I'm just recording bare vids today. I kind of did all those three in the same sitting. I don't know if I'm gonna upload all three of them, but yo, we'll see. But in this video, I want to talk about consciousness, bro. And it's so amazing to me how we're humans. We're also conscious, but some of us decide to use that, and some of us don't decide to use that. Like, I don't understand. One, I feel like the simplest thought that us humans can think about in terms of being conscious, I mean, is why am I here? Like, you just chill out for a second, like pause your life for a second and think, wait, bro, this is kind of strange. This is kind of strange. Like, I'm in a body, I'm thinking these thoughts. I'm gonna die at some point. Why the flip am I here? Why am I here? Like, how can you not think about that? I don't know, if I don't know, bro, because Allah might give us a lot of our thoughts, and I'm not even too sure about that, where the thoughts actually come from. If it's from Allah, where do our thoughts originate from? Why do we think what we think? Is it our subconscious that puts stuff together? Allah probably put stuff in our mind as well. I do believe that. I do believe that Allah put some stuff in our mind, but does all of our thoughts come from Allah? Like, what I'm trying to say? But it's like, how have you not thought of these things? You're going to die at some point. How have you not thought of that? Do you not see all these deaths around you? Do you have to die to realize that you're gonna die? And one thing about me personally, I used to be a very last minute person. Like, until the last minute, I won't do things, But that's not an excuse, bro. That's not an excuse. Like, and to be fair, I've been thinking about this stuff a lot more after I actually almost died. I'll be honest. But I feel like I've always had this kind of thought, like this type of mindset, even before then. Afterwards it became 10 times more. But before then I was very conscious as well. I was always thinking about things. But like, why are we here? Like, just sit down and think about it, bro. Like, why are you here? And what most people do with that thought is they turn it into some depressing reality where nothing matters, you're all gonna die anyways, this, that. But that's where God comes in, bro. If you have God in your life and you believe in God, then you see why you're here, bro. You understand, like, wait, firstly, death is not a bad thing. What place is safer than going back to your Lord? Huh? What place is safer than going back to your Lord, away from all this bullcrap, all this destruction and suffering that us humans have made? I will happily go back to my Lord, inshallah, on the day that is appointed to me. I will happily, inshallah. But bro, that's why I kind of started this channel, because I feel like I have a very big goal, bro. I have a very big purpose in my life. Like, I've decided for myself that I don't want to just live a normal life. I don't want to have normal problems, because I don't feel like till this day I haven't been stimulated to an immense degree. I'll be so honest. Like, I almost died. I had the car crash. I almost died. And I still wasn't, I was very calm. I was very cool. It showed me the difference, because there were other people there with me on that day. But no one was actually, everyone else was panicking. I was the only one that was, still conscious, using my brain. And I was like, damn. Afterwards, I mean, not in the moment. In the moment, I just think, let's call the feds. All panicking. I was like, let's call the feds, bro. But afterwards, I was thinking, like, God has bigger things for me. Like that was really a test to show me, first of all, what I'm made of, like how I am. Secondly, obviously to realize that how precious life is. But I've seen a lot about myself through that. Like I've seen how, I've always been a cool, calm, collected person. Always, always, my whole life. I never really panic. I never really stress. You know. But I saw then how great of a degree that is. Like even in immense situations like that, I can stay myself. I can stay composed. And not a lot of people can do that. And that showed me that that's not something that, you know, that's not something that I should be taken for granted. With that ability that God has given me, I can do so many great things. Those are characteristics of leaders, bro. And I'll be so raw, yo, no cocky shit, but I do believe I'm a leader. I do believe I'm a boss, bro. Everyone, not everyone is built like that. Not everyone is like that. And I promise you, like, this is not in no way to like make myself seem like I'm better than anyone. I believe genuinely I'm nothing, just like everyone, bro. I'm like every single person. And I actually want to get into the topic of fame and stuff because I find it kind of, I don't know, like me as a person, I don't like how it is. Because how are you telling me you're looking up to a whole other human being, bro? He's just like you're looking up to a whole other human being. But it's the mindset. That day it showed me like people are different. God gave everyone different capabilities. Some people can go through that stuff and not feel anything. Some people go through that stuff and be traumatized for the rest of their lives. And it's just, alhamdulillah is a blessing, bro. But in the same way, it can be a curse in disguise because boss lives are not easy lives. I know that, bro. Being a boss, being a leader, it's not an easy life. Everything depends on you. Everything is on you. But I'm not gonna lie. After that day, I think that's how I want my life to be. I think I want things to depend on me. I think I want to be in control of things because I don't really feel anything from, you know, just following and not, what I'm trying to say. That's just not what my life is supposed to be. And people live different lives. I'm not saying my life is better than anyone else's life. Yo, at the end of the day, we're all just meant to do as much as we can and obey God and pray. And we're going to go back to Him with our actions. But with this ability that God has given me, with this strength, God is going to ask me, what have you done with it? And I want to tell Him, yo, Allah, that sounds crazy, yo, Allah. But I want to tell Him, like, you've given me this amazing ability and I've gone and used it to better the world, to make you happy, to strive for better, to do as much as I can to stop this suffering that was going on in the world. I've done as much as I can. And I've tried to be part of the bigger story as much as I can. Because that's what I feel like it's about. I don't want to be another just a random grave that's lived on this earth. I want to have impact because that's what I feel like I am. That's what I feel like I can do. But yo, bro, that's like 30 minutes of yapping so far. I can keep talking about other things, but I think that's it for today still. You must stay safe, man, in a bit.